Hello everyone and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to General Hospital teasers for Thursday, February 6th, Jocelyn Jacks makes a ferocious vow, Rocco Falconeri has an eavesdropping shock, and Drew Quartermaine and Nina Reeves will square off. Brooklyn Quartermaine will worry to Giovanni Gio Palmieri at the Quartermaine Gatehouse about aggravating Willow Corinthos's predicament, but he will give her a boost of confidence and understand that she is merely attempting to assist. According to our predictions, Brooklyn placed Gio for adoption, therefore they will unknowingly have some mother-son bonding. It appears that Dante Falconeri will make a plea to Harrison Chase in the Q kitchen. Dante might ask Chase for any more information he can provide. Given he has been excluded from Sam McCall's probe, Dante might acknowledge that Cyrus Renault is suspected by the PCPD. If Chase convinces him not to act recklessly, Dante will undoubtedly be furious and prepared to take Cyrus on with all of his might after reading Chase's updates. On Thursday's episode, Rocco is supposed to overhear something that isn't intended for him to hear. Rocco might overhear Sam's death and discover that Cyrus is possibly responsible for the other deadly overdoses caused by Digitalis. But it's also feasible that Rocco will discover a completely other mystery. Martin Gray will be appearing on Thursday's show because Lois Cerullo will be looking to him for assistance with something. It would be simple for Brooklyn to see Lois again and stress the need of keeping her adoption secret hidden. Rocco can learn that Brooklyn became pregnant by Dante, and never told him about the child she gave birth to if he listens close. Brad Cooper will deliver some disturbing news to Portia Robinson at GH. He will undoubtedly tell her about Cyrus' hospital visit and his blatant attempt to disregard her prohibition from the facility. Brad may be afraid that Cyrus will return, even though he got rid of him for the time being. Portia might start to demand more protection, because she fears that more patients would be singled out. Lucas Jones will think that Carly Spencer has no intention of retaliating against Jack Brennan when he concludes his chat with her. Carly will believe she can manage this romance even after Lucas warns her about Brennan's secrets. Jocelyn will say that Cyrus killed Dex Heller and promise to provide evidence once she talks to Brennan at Bobby's. Given that Jocelyn appears to be on the WSB recruitment list, Brennan will undoubtedly be curious to see if she can pull that off. Willow Corinthos will then conclude that someone was correct. Nina suggested that Willow put the brakes on Drew for a while in order to give herself some space to think about her life. Nina will engage Drew in a furious argument in the meanwhile, threatening to start a fight if he wants one. Nina will later discuss with Maxie Jones the possibility of working with Carly to hatch a scheme to separate Drew and Willow. Carly will soon be called in to hear Nina's alliance pitch in its entirety. It's time for Danny Morgan to learn the truth about Sam's demise. It appears that Alexis Davis will come clean about Sam's overdose of Digitalis, and the fact that she was permanently removed from the map. According to General Hospital teasers, Alexis, Molly Lansing Davis, and Christina Corinthos Davis will make sure Danny has all the help he needs. Even though General Hospital is tightening the noose around Cyrus' neck, his murderous rampage is still ongoing. In fact, Brad, a new character, makes the potentially fatal error of getting in the serial killer's face in the episode that airs on Wednesday, February 5th. Lucas' ex-boyfriend threatens to call the police if Cyrus doesn't leave the hospital pronto in the episode's promo. However, we are more concerned about Jocelyn than our favorite lab tech. Given that Cyrus has been placed on Portia's persona non grata list, anyone at the hospital would give him the bum's rush. Jocelyn, however, is actively looking into the redeemed gangster in relation to boyfriend Drew's death, even though Anna has told her to step aside. A fact, Joss has a good chance of surviving even if Cyrus closes in on her as his next victim. It is more likely that Cyrus himself will end up with a toe tag following a battle. When you consider it, there is a good reason why half of Port Charles wants Laura's brother dead. And more individuals will perceive Cyrus as a target when the truth about who killed Sam and attempted to give Michael an overdose of Digitalis is revealed. Therefore, it's reasonable to believe that his days are coming to an end. Does Sonny know that Dante is the father of Brooklyn's child? According to General Hospital spoilers, Brooklyn Quartermaine's child is fathered by Dante Falconeri. Except for one crucial detail, the truth is out. Dante is unaware. 1 year after summer camp, Brooklyn became pregnant while still a child. After consulting with her mother, Lois Cerullo, she decided to place her kid for adoption. She was never even sure if it was a girl or a boy. Fans are chasing Lois because they believe she is well aware of the situation, and that she planned to place Brooklyn's child with a friend, so she could always make sure he was taken care of and stay in touch with him. What Sonny Corinthos' participation was the final piece in this jigsaw. Did he assist Lois? Is he aware of his grandchild? Does Brooklyn know that? If so? Spoilers for General Hospital. Dante is in the dark. The truth that Dante fathered a child with Brooklyn years ago is still unknown to him. It is a bombshell ready to go off when it is revealed that she was pregnant at such a young age and that her spouse was Harrison Chase, his own now partner on the PCPD police. Now that she has to tell her hubby this long-kept truth, Brooklyn has also think about the consequences of telling Dante. Fans speculate that Giovanni Gio Palmieri might be the child she abandoned. The ramifications for Dante, who has been kept in the dark for so long, would be enormous if this turns out to be accurate. How will Brooklyn manage this difficult position now, particularly since her husband co-works with the man who unintentionally fathered her child? According to GH spoilers, Sonny might not be. Sonny's potential involvement must also be taken into account. There is conjecture that Sonny may have been aware of Dante's paternity from the beginning. This would explain why, over the years, he lavished Gio with money, paying for his musical studies without any apparent justification. An already complex family dynamic will be further tainted by betrayal if Sonny knew and decided to keep this a secret from Dante. It's possible that Brooklyn is ignorant of Sonny's knowledge, which could indicate that there are even more mysteries hidden beneath the surface of this complicated story. Did Lois tell the mob boss, using his resources to keep this a secret and make sure their joint grandchild was well cared for? General Hospital spoilers. How could this go wrong? Dante will experience unimaginable rage if he learns that Brooklyn, Lois, and even his own father have concealed this enormous secret from him. Their enduring connections may be irreparably shattered by this mixture of hurt and rage. Since Dante is a man of justice and dignity, he would be extremely hurt by dishonesty from those closest to him, which might cause a split in the PCPD as well as in his personal life. Dramatic confrontations could result from the repercussions, with Dante doubting everything he believed to be true about his friends and family. In order to come to know his son, he might have to say goodbye to both his father and the Quartermaines. Cody is unable to handle a serious issue. General Hospital spoilers. Cody is unable to handle a serious issue. In addition to Sasha's pregnancy. Furthermore, many believe it has to do with his personal life, and the fact that he hasn't been in a romantic relationship for a very long time. And that does make a difference, doesn't it? Cody hasn't slept with anyone since he first arrived in this made-up town of Port Charles. And that could be the cause of his current behavior. He has no personal life of his own, which is why he constantly meddling in other people's affairs. Naturally, there was a lot of discussion about the issue on the internet. Some even wrote, "I think Cody needs some sex" on social media. His mouth and heart have been all over the place recently, and he needs to let go of some tension. Now that they are back in one other sphere of influence, Ms. Wu is available and might be just what he needs. General Hospital spoilers. Cody's future plans? Good point, remarked another critic. Since he joined the show 2 years ago, has he ever had a sex scene? Additionally, there was this comment. Very strange. We never see any of the sex, romance, or scandal that was formerly one of the main elements of this genre on GH. After a year, Jason has not changed at all. After 6 months, Lucky has returned with nothing. Cody has been on for 2 years and nothing. Fans of General Hospital will undoubtedly need to watch every day to see what happens next. The ABC network broadcasts General Hospital during the week. Look up the timings in your local listings. Please share your opinions in the comments section below to let us know what you think in the interim. Drew and Nina face off, Rocco's shocked Jocelyn's vow. The drama in Port Charles is about to heat up as tensions reach a boiling point between Drew Kane and Nina Reeves. Meanwhile, Rocco Falconeri is in for a shocking revelation, and Jocelyn Jax makes a vow that could change everything. As each of these storylines unfolds, emotions will run high, and relationships will be tested like never before. Drew and Nina face off. Ever since Nina's deception was exposed, the fallout has been nothing short of explosive. Her actions in secretly reporting Carly Spencer and Drew Kane for insider trading created a wave of consequences that have reshaped relationships in Port Charles. While Carly has attempted to move forward, Drew has been struggling with his emotions, unable to shake off the betrayal. As Drew and Nina come face to face, the tension is palpable. Drew, who once tried to give Nina the benefit of the doubt, is now filled with resentment. He confronts her with the weight of everything he's lost, from his time in Pentonville to the strain in his relationship with Carly. Nina, in turn, tries to explain herself, but her justifications only add fuel to the fire. Drew demands to know if Nina truly understands the damage she has done. He points out that her selfishness not only affected Carly but also hurt Willow, Michael, and so many others. Nina, fighting back tears, insists that she never meant for things to go this far. However, Drew refuses to accept her excuses, making it clear that forgiveness is out of the question. Their exchange is raw, emotional, and laced with years of frustration that have been waiting to surface. Adding more intensity to the situation, Sonny Corinthos enters just in time to witness the showdown. He's torn between the woman he loves and the man he considers family. Will he intervene, or will he let Nina face the consequences of her actions alone? Rocco's shock. Meanwhile, Rocco Falconeri's world is about to be turned upside down. As the son of Dante Falconeri and the late Lulu Spencer, Rocco has always believed in the strength of his family. However, a shocking revelation is about to shake his sense of security. Rumors swirl around town and soon, Rocco stumbles upon a conversation that he was never meant to hear. The truth about Charlotte Cassidy's manipulations and her connection to Victor Cassidine comes to light. Rocco has always considered Charlotte a close friend, but learning about her darker actions leaves him reeling. The realization that someone he trusted could be capable of such deception is overwhelming. Feeling betrayed and confused, Rocco turns to his father for answers. Dante struggles with how much to reveal, knowing that protecting Rocco's innocence is important. However, he also understands that keeping secrets could do more harm than good. This leads to an emotional heart-to-heart between father and son, where Dante reassures Rocco that no matter what happens, he will always be there for him. But Rocco isn't just shocked, he's angry. Determined to confront Charlotte, he seeks her out, demanding the truth. Their confrontation is filled with mixed emotions, as Charlotte tries to justify her actions while Rocco struggles to understand why she would do such things. This moment marks a turning point for both characters, as their friendship hangs in the balance. Jocelyn's vow. As all of this unfolds, Jocelyn Jax is dealing with her own set of challenges. Jocelyn has always been a fighter, willing to stand up for those she loves. But recent events have left her feeling powerless, and she's determined to take back control. After experiencing yet another devastating loss, Jocelyn makes a vow to never let herself or her loved ones be blindsided again. She is more determined than ever to protect Trina Robinson, Dex Heller, and even her mother from those who seek to manipulate and harm them. This newfound resolve sets her on a path that could be both empowering and dangerous. Jocelyn's first step is to confront the looming threat of the underworld that continues to disrupt their lives. She knows that Sonny's business comes with risks, and she's no longer willing to sit back and accept the consequences. Taking matters into her own hands, she starts gathering information, determined to expose those who pose a danger to her family and friends. However, Jocelyn's actions don't go unnoticed. Dex, who has been trying to keep her out of harm's way, warns her about the risks she's taking. Their relationship is already complicated, and Jocelyn's increasing involvement in dangerous matters only adds to the tension. Will Dex be able to convince Jocelyn to take a step back? Or will her stubbornness push her deeper into the danger she's trying to fight? The fallout. With Drew and Nina's battle, Rocco's shocking discovery, and Jocelyn's vow setting the stage for major shakeups, Port Charles is in for an emotional roller coaster. These conflicts will not only affect the individuals involved, but will send ripples throughout their families and relationships. As the tension escalates, alliances will shift, and unexpected consequences will arise. Will Drew ever find peace after Nina's betrayal? Can Rocco process the truth and find a way to move forward? And will Jocelyn's determination lead her to victory, or put her in the path of even greater danger? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain: Port Charles will never be the same again. Dante is the father of Brooke Lynn's baby. But does Sonny know that? The world of General Hospital is never short on surprises, and one of the biggest revelations that could shake Port Charles is the truth about Brooklyn Quartermain's baby. Could Dante Falconeri be the father? And if so, does Sonny Corinthos, Dante's father and one of the most powerful men in town, know about it? Let's dive deep into the potential fallout of this shocking twist. The relationship between Dante and Brooklyn. Dante and Brooklyn have a long history. Their relationship has always been complicated, filled with moments of deep connection, unresolved feelings, and missed opportunities. Over the years they have drifted in and out of each other's lives, but there has always been an underlying chemistry between them. Brooklyn has been through her fair share of turmoil, particularly with her music career and her entanglement with the Quartermain family legacy. Meanwhile, Dante has battled his own demons, including his struggles with PTSD and his complicated career as a detective. Yet, through it all they have found ways to support one another, even when romance wasn't at the forefront of their relationship. Clues that suggest Dante could be the father. The possibility that Dante is the father of Brooklyn's baby isn't as far-fetched as it may seem. Several clues hint at this possibility. Timing of Brooklyn's pregnancy. If we look back at the timeline of Brooklyn's pregnancy, there is a window where she and Dante could have been together. Even if it was a brief encounter, it's enough to raise questions about paternity. Brooklyn's secretive behavior. Brooklyn has been tight-lipped about the identity of her baby's father. Given her history with Dante, it wouldn't be surprising if she were trying to keep this information under wraps to avoid complications. Dante's emotional reactions. Dante has always been protective of Brooklyn, but lately, his concern for her well-being seems to have intensified. Could this be because he suspects he might be the father and is struggling with whether or not to confront her? Lois and Olivia's involvement. Both Lois Cerullo and Olivia Falconeri, Brooklyn and Dante's respective mothers, have been hovering around their children, offering advice and encouragement. If Lois knows something about Brooklyn's baby, and Olivia has her own suspicions, it could mean the truth is closer to coming out than we realize. The impact on Dante. If Dante is indeed the father of Brooklyn's baby, it would turn his world upside down. He has always been a devoted father to Rocco, his son with Lulu Spencer, and has expressed a desire for a stable family life. Discovering that he has another child would force him to reassess everything. Would Dante embrace this new responsibility, or would he struggle with the news? Given his history of dealing with personal and professional turmoil, there is a chance he could react in unexpected ways. The weight of this revelation would also test his relationship with Sam McCall, whom he has been dating. Sonny's role in the situation. If Sonny Corinthos finds out that Dante is the father, it could have major implications. Sonny is a man who values family above all else. While his relationship with Dante has had its ups and downs due to their differing lifestyles, Sonny has always shown deep love and respect for his son. The bigger question is whether Sonny already knows. He has eyes and ears all over Port Charles, and it wouldn't be surprising if he had picked up on the secret before anyone else. If Sonny knows but has chosen to stay quiet, his reasons could range from wanting to protect Brooklyn's wishes to waiting for the right moment to step in. If Sonny doesn't know and finds out suddenly, his reaction could be volatile. Sonny is not one to take betrayal lightly, especially when it comes to family secrets. How would he handle the news? Would he confront Brooklyn directly? Or would he push Dante to step up and claim responsibility? The Quartermain factor. Let's not forget that Brooklyn is a Quartermain, and that family is just as powerful and dramatic as the Corinthos clan. If the truth comes out, it could lead to a fierce custody battle, with Ned Quartermain and Tracy Quartermain doing everything in their power to ensure the baby stays within the family. The Quartermains have a long history of using money and influence to control situations, and this one would be no exception. Brooklyn may also find herself torn between two worlds. She has always struggled with the expectations placed on her as a Quartermain, and now as a mother, she has to consider what's best for her child. If Dante asserts his rights as the father, would she be willing to co-parent with him, or would she try to keep her baby away from the Falconeri and Corinthos influence? What happens next? If the show decides to explore this storyline, the fallout could be massive. Some possible scenarios include a DNA test drama. A classic General Hospital moment would be a dramatic paternity test reveal. Could someone tamper with the results? Would Brooklyn try to manipulate the situation to protect her child? A love triangle shakes up Port Charles. If Dante is the father, this revelation could drive a wedge between him and Sam McCall. Could this open the door for a rekindled romance between Dante and Brooklyn? Sonny's reaction. If Sonny learns the truth, will he support Dante and Brooklyn? Or will he try to take matters into his own hands? Family feud. A war between the Quartermaines and the Corinthos family could erupt over the baby, leading to tense confrontations and unexpected alliances. Final thoughts. Whether or not Dante is the father of Brooklyn's baby remains to be seen, but the clues are certainly pointing in that direction. If this bombshell drops, it could change the dynamics between multiple characters on General Hospital and set off a chain reaction of drama. The real question is, when will the truth come out, and who will be left standing when it does? Cody has a major problem he can't control. Cody was always known for his confidence. He was the kind of guy who walked into a room and instantly commanded attention. Charismatic, funny, and seemingly in control of every situation, Cody had a way of making people gravitate toward him. But behind that facade of self-assuredness, there was something much deeper. Something that threatened to unravel everything he had worked so hard to build. For years, Cody had been battling an issue that he couldn't quite get a handle on. No matter how much he tried, how many promises he made to himself, or how many people offered their support, he always found himself in the same downward spiral. The problem? His uncontrollable temper. The warning signs. Cody's temper had always been there, lurking beneath the surface. It started in childhood with small outbursts. A slammed door here, a shouted argument there. His parents dismissed it as a phase, attributing it to his strong personality. But as Cody grew older, the incidents became more intense. He found himself lashing out at teachers, getting into fights at school, and struggling to maintain friendships. As he entered adulthood, the problem only escalated. At work, he frequently clashed with colleagues. His bosses noticed his short fuse, and though he was talented in his field, his attitude put him at risk of losing his job. In relationships, his temper created constant tension. He would snap over minor inconveniences, causing arguments that left his partners feeling drained and unsafe. Despite recognizing that his anger was becoming a serious issue, Cody felt powerless to stop it. Each time he exploded, he would tell himself it was the last time. But the cycle always repeated itself. The fallout. Cody's inability to control his temper led to several personal and professional setbacks. He lost a long-term relationship when his girlfriend finally had enough of his unpredictable outbursts. She had tried to be patient, offering him support and even suggesting therapy, but after too many broken promises, she walked away. His professional life took a hit as well. Though he was skilled at his job, his inability to handle stress without lashing out led to conflicts with his superiors. After one particularly heated confrontation with his manager, he found himself unemployed. Cody's friendships also suffered. People began distancing themselves, unwilling to be around someone whose mood could shift from pleasant to explosive in seconds. He became isolated, trapped in a cycle of anger and regret. The root of the problem. It wasn't until Cody hit rock bottom that he finally began to confront the deeper issues behind his anger. He sought therapy and discovered that his temper was more than just a bad habit. It was a learned response to stress and frustration. Growing up, Cody had witnessed his father handle problems with anger. Arguments in his household were loud and intense, and conflicts were resolved through shouting matches rather than discussion. Without realizing it, Cody had internalized these behaviors and carried them into his own life. Additionally, his anger often stemmed from feelings of inadequacy. Deep down, Cody feared failure and rejection. When he felt challenged or criticized, his immediate reaction was to lash out as a defense mechanism. Understanding these underlying causes was a crucial step in his journey toward change. The road to recovery. Recognizing the problem was only the first step. Cody had to put in real work to gain control over his emotions. Through therapy, he learned techniques to manage his anger, including deep breathing, mindfulness, and cognitive behavioral strategies. He began to recognize his triggers and develop healthier ways to respond to frustration. One of the biggest changes Cody made was learning to pause before reacting. Instead of immediately expressing his anger, he practiced stepping away from the situation, giving himself time to process his emotions before responding. He also began journaling his feelings, which helped him understand patterns in his behavior. Another crucial part of his recovery was seeking accountability. He reached out to friends and family, admitting his struggles and asking for their support. Though some relationships had been damaged beyond repair, others were willing to give him another chance, recognizing his genuine effort to change. Moving forward, Cody's journey wasn't easy, and he faced setbacks along the way. There were moments when he felt like he was making progress, only to have an outburst remind him of how much work he still had to do. But instead of letting those moments define him, he used them as learning experiences. Over time, his relationships improved. He rebuilt trust with his family and even rekindled some old friendships. At work, he found a new job where he applied his new coping strategies, creating a more positive professional environment for himself. In his personal life, he entered a new relationship, this time with a commitment to handling conflict in a healthier way. Cody's story serves as a reminder that change is possible, even when a problem feels insurmountable. While he will always have to work on managing his temper, he has taken control of his life in ways he never thought he could. His major problem no longer defines him, instead, his growth and resilience do.